Hey guys, welcome and happy Memorial Day.
Yes, happy Memorial Day or Decoration Day.
Happy Decorations Day. It's so good to see you guys, or to see you. I know that's weird to say, isn't it? It's good to see you.
Yeah. Hang with you, accompany the same.
Yeah, it's good to hang with you.
The same quantum space.
Yes.
Continuum with you.
That's good. It's good to do that with you. Oh my goodness! But really, happy Memorial Day, and I called my dad, my mom and dad today to wish them happy Memorial Day. My dad's a veteran, and I wanted to call him and all. And then I was going to dedicate this like stream tonight to him and all the veterans, and I do, like, you know, it's incredible. But then Jackie said the veterans are really for Veterans Day, and Memorial Day is for those, you know, to remember those who have fallen and on.
Yes. And
I thought, yes, and I decided to tell Dad, like, well, you know, I want to dedicate the show to you, but I'm glad that
you called your dad to tell him that you weren't dedicating the show.
Yeah, I'll call him to tell him, hey Dad, I'm not dedicating the night to you. I just want to let you know.
Just letting you know.
Love you. No.
Okay, what did he say? Thanks anyway.
My dad's a quiet sort. I wonder why with a son like this. I wonder why he doesn't say much. No, he's I think he thought that was funny.
Oh, well.
But
it's a wet Memorial's Day.
Yes, it's so wet. My parents have a place out on a lake, and normally, like, where their yard is like 15 to 20 feet above the lake, and the lake's gone up so much that their boat, you can see it from the house. Like, it's up even with the actual yard. So the lake's up like 15 feet or more. It's ridiculous.
I know. I haven't gotten the pictures yet. I'm curious how it looks. And then what they said that the washroom flooded or something.
Yeah. That's just because an outdoor drain got clogged up and stuff. So, but Dad got it fixed and asked if he wanted us to come down and help, but he was like, nah. So
they got it under control.
Yeah. So
I imagine a lot of people aren't barbecuing today, at least in the North Texas area.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And it's supposed to rain all week, which kind of.
I know. I asked Dad if he wanted us to come down and just, you know, I don't know, sandbag the house or something, like, you know, but they were like, no. But so that's good. Yeah, it's a wet Memorial Day, but it's an important day.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I took the little head from the Queen Gnome and I stuck it outside.
Oh.
Will it melt?
Might.
Really?
Well,
I mean, it's cement.
I'm going to give 100% might.
Okay.
Remember, 100% of the time, 50% of the time, I'm right every time. But because there was so much water in the cement that it's almost like paint. If you get it too liquidy, it can't make a cohesive bond.
Well, we might be watching a queen's head melt.
Yeah, you should put the GoPro on it in the waterproof housing and just see if it melts away, and then you can make a fast of it.
Oh.
Yeah. You just see the queen, yeah.
She looks
pretty melting.
Yeah. It's pretty questionable looking to start with, so.
Well, speaking of questionable, you know, I've been wondering, like, our stream and stuff, like, what do we offer? Like, out there, you know, like in the
hilarious banter.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, you know, where are we on the scale and on? Then I was thinking, you know, around Christmas time, you know, there's that log channel. You know, where you can
the Yule log.
Yeah, where you have the fireplace on the TV and you can put it on there.
We rank right at.
No, I think we're better than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm willing to bet they get more views.
Well, the damn show. We're better than Sticks on Fire. I think that ought to be our motto. Put on a T-shirt. You're right. That
I think it's seasonal.
That is a pretty compelling show. I don't know if we're up at the log show.
Well, I think right now we're beating the Yule log channel.
Oh, right now we are.
But come the holidays, they're tough, man.
Ooh. 11 months of the year, we got you beat.
I'll take it.
Yeah, really.
10 months out of the year, I'll take it.
Yeah, gosh. That's true. Man, that is a hard channel to beat.
So, what are you working on over there tonight?
Well, here. Throw it up.
Oh, nice.
What'd you say? It looked like it was going to eat my head.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier. Yeah, so, and so the last few streams, if you guys have noticed, like I've had this giant 4 foot by 4 foot, so 16 square foot like easel thing board up with 2 paintings on them. Actually 4 paintings, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. And it's been so weird because when we're in here together, we just have this wall in between us, so it's been odd.
Yeah, so I can see you now.
Hello over there. So tonight I'm working on 2 paintings from the same series. The first is this horse one, and and the idea. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. For this painting, it's going to be hanging in Fort Worth, but it's going to be much larger. So this is it's going to be artwork for outside. So this is actually going to be 5 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and it's going to be over someone who's going to be sitting. It's going to be over a bench.
Yeah, you should throw it up on the bigger so that you can see it bigger.
Boop.
Yeah, there you go.
So the way this is going to be is that somebody's head is going to be down here, ish, like when they're sitting on the bench. So it kind of looks like maybe this horse is coming over, going to steal your hat. Is laughing at you, smirking. I don't know.
You should have painted a hat into it. He's got like a hat crumpled in his mouth, like.
Oh yeah.
That would have been cute, but no.
That's true.
Okay.
But part of it is to make it sort of an Instagrammable thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess a person can be reaching for their hat, but that way at least somebody can be like looking up at the horse, like.
Yeah.
Ah. And then I just put in a butterfly because it's going to be one of the cohesive elements in all of them. So I'm gonna have these little tufts of what do you call them? Dandelion seeds. Dandelion fur, dandelion fluff.
I guess seeds. Dandelion seeds.
No, they are seeds. When they're flying around. Is there a word for that? I bet there's a scientific word for it.
Probably.
Gosh, if there's not, we got to come up with one. Would be famous.
Yes.
I haven't thought of one yet.
Yeah.
We'll have to work on that.
Dandelion seeds.
Okay. That sounds like a good one. Yes, I'm going to be working on this. It's going to be good.
Cool. And you have a butterfly in it, which you didn't have previously.
Yeah. So that's going to be one of the cohesive sort of parts of that's going to be in all the paintings. Is that there's going to be butterflies, and then and the dandelion little fluff and stuff. So I'm going to have that. And before we get started, though, I just wanted to say thank you to our Patreon subscribers and stuff, to Ron, Kelly, Kristen, Crystal, Linda, and Michelle. You guys are awesome.
Yes, thanks
you so much. And we don't we don't really ask for anybody to give or anything, but that's so cool. I really appreciate that. That there's certain things we do just because they're fun to do and we can do them, and that makes it possible. Because I have to get a boom for one of the cameras, so because this one that's over me is probably going to follow me. So things like that. It just makes little things like that possible,
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you guys so much. That means a lot. But I'm gonna get painty.
Do it.
Can't wait.
So today, it being Memorial Day, and I was tasked with looking up some interesting facts about it to chat with you. So I found it interesting that it actually started out as Decoration Day.
Oh.
So, which is kind of interesting. I'll give you some facts.
Okay.
Okay. So, it was formerly known as Decoration Day, and it was actually originally started by a group of African Americans, and they held it was held by newly liberated blacks in Charleston, South Carolina, and it happened on May 1st, 1865, right after the Civil War. So Memorial Day was actually, in the beginning, just to recognize the Civil War soldiers that had fallen. And according to the Time article that I read, the African Americans, it was at this very particular place. It was called let me see if I can find it was race course in Charleston. And anyway, it was a place where the Confederates were keeping a lot of the Union prisoners captive, and a lot of Union soldiers died there. And so after the Civil War, the African Americans decided to arrange the graves in sort of a line, in like organized fashion, and build like a white fence and everything. Built basically a graveyard to him.
Wow.
And so over years, it kind of morphed into this thing. They were doing this, but then it morphed into this. People would go to the graves, not only there but in other cities, and decorate the graves. Hence, Decoration Day.
Oh wow.
And so, then let's see. It was then later. Let's see. It was. Let me hold on. Sorry.
No.
So
Tell
then
me a
it was.
story, Miss Jackie.
Yeah. Well, so it was officially made a holiday on May 30th, and the reason for it being in late May was because then all the flowers would be in bloom.
Oh.
And there you could decorate the graves
Oh,
with
that
them.
makes sense.
And so then later on, I believe in let's see, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I didn't write this down. It's like 1971 or something.
Oh.
It was declared a national holiday, and it was always going to be the last Monday in Memorial. So, in May. So,
Well, 1971's the year I was born. Maybe it had something to do with me.
Oh, obviously, babe. Everything, yeah. In 1966, the federal government declared Waterloo, New York, as the official birthplace of Memorial Day, which a lot of cities apparently declare it the birthplace. Hence Charleston, all that fun stuff. But anyway, that's what I thought that was interesting. I didn't realize that until today. I was, looking some stuff up, and
That's pretty cool.
You don't think about these things. You think like the government's like, hey, we need a holiday to commemorate this stuff, but it actually, came from somewhere, and specifically the Civil War, and then it changed over to I believe it changed over to Memorial Day because they incorporated World War I fallen soldiers into it as well. Mm-hmm. So it was at that point then Memorial Day.
Well, just as an aside, it happening on the year that I was born. Mm-hmm. I remember hearing a story about Jimmy Carter, and one of his daughters was born on the 4th of July. And when she was a little kid, her dad was the president, so she lived in the White House.
Yeah.
And every year on her birthday, of course, there'd be all these huge celebrations all over the country, and she thought it was for her. She thought it was like her birthday. Oh, that's so sweet.
The perks of being the daughter of the president. Yeah. Well, I should say Nancy Durr has joined us.
Hey, Nancy.
Oh, hey. And she says, my hair looks so long. Thank you. I straightened it. I brushed it and straightened it today.
What?
I know.
You got your hair did?
Okay. Well, I need to get the ends cut. It's ridiculous. I'm reaching that point. It's funny because I don't get my hair done a lot, and my sister-in-law Sam is a hairstylist. She's brilliant, and so I am the worst customer. I'm one of those people that goes months without getting it done, and then I go to her and I'm like, I want to do all this stuff, and she's like, oh, you're going to be like a 5-hour job. So I'm
just got the weed whacker.
So I'm reaching that point where it's like I'm looking up videos on like, how do you cut your own hair, and then
the Flowbee. That's what you got to get a Flowbee.
And right when I'm realized that this is bad, I shouldn't be doing that, then I make the appointment with her. So I'm at the point where I'm like, I could probably just trim a little bit off myself, but that's bad. It's a bad place to be.
I know. I'm wondering. I want to get my hair cut. And I know you're talking about maybe growing out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's at that weird, awkward stage where.
Well, yeah. You and Jack should go get a haircut.
Yeah, if it's open. I don't know. The place where I get my hair cut is called the Bearded Lady in Denton, and I do it out of the truck. They have a store, but they also have a truck. And of course, I'd prefer the truck. It's very, I mean, look at the hats I wear. Of course, I want to get my hair cut in a truck, like a hipster truck. So I don't have a choice. But they're really, really nice, and it's just one chair, because it's in this it's next to East Side here in Denton too, so you can go have a drink if you're waiting for a little early.
Yes, which is nice because I take him and Jack, and then I go into the bar.
Yeah. It's got nice outdoor seating. The outdoor seating is right next to the truck, really. So it's kind of a fun little outing, and then. We can walk over to the square right here and get ice cream, and do different things. So
yeah.
So it's fun. But
well, Nancy says you look best with a man bun.
I think she's talking to you.
She said you. She says, haha, my mom's B-Day is also July 4th, and she thought fireworks were for her as well. That's funny.
Oh, that's cool.
That would be cool to have your birthday on the 4th of July. Although I guess, well, everybody gets together, but it's not like, Christmas where you get presents for Christmas, so if your birthday falls around that time, it kind of sucks because it's overmasked by Christmas presents. But if it's 4th of July, you get family get-together, more family get-together than normal, so more presents.
Yeah,
that's the date to have it.
It is. Wow. Hey,
I never thought about that.
I know you can change your name. Can you change your birthday?
You could probably declare it,
Yeah.
It might be a little weird.
Just do it on Facebook, and everybody will like it.
Yeah, but I think...
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I was born on the 4th of July. Actually, if you just keep pushing it forward, you never age.
Well, Barbara Brand says my son was born on 4th of July, too, and my daughter on the 3rd.
Oh,
but
wow.
they are 20 years and 1 day apart. Wow, that is built-in babysitter.
Yeah, wow.
And Owen says, what kind of horse is that?
Oh, Owen, hey, man. Oh, it's a goofy horse.
It's one that's going to eat your hat.
Yeah, it's a hat. It's a top of your head nibbling horse. This horse is kind of based off of a horse that my uncle has named Doc, and he is a bit of a nibbler. He's not so much now that he's gotten older, but when he was younger, boy, you wanted to keep your awareness on Doc.
When you say nibbler, is it like I know, but like nibbler is like a dog that's like itching themselves. Did they full on like
he'll
horse
bite you?
teeth
Of course,
bite?
yeah, like he'll bite you. Like he'll reach over and give you a nip.
Dang.
For no reason. And it was just like
That sounds
they're
painful.
like, oh. I was like, okay.
Man.
I'm sure in your horse culture that's cool, but as humans, not so great. But so it's kind of based on that a little bit. I actually Doc ends up in a lot of my paintings.
He does. I think Doc is a really common horse name.
Mm.
I have run into so many people that are like the horse's name is Doc.
Sure, he's just not my uncle over and over again.
No.
My Uncle Joe though. I want to say like he's had horses a lot, like through his life. Like he grew up on a farm. He had a horse. I want to say that his horse is always named Doc. Like he always has a horse named Doc when he has horses.
Wow, he doesn't have to like Doc number 2 or Doc number 3 or Doc
I think it's just
2.0.
Doc. I think. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Or he could have told me this when I was a kid, and I believed him because he's always like,
He does have some good stories.
Yeah, he's always telling the story. He's a funny guy. He really is. He's hilarious, but you never know.
Well, Stephanie Marie has joined us and says, one of my favorite artists, I just bought your painting on a puzzle. I'm obsessed with your work. Keep safe.
Well,
very cool.
Thank you.
And Mel joined us, says, love y'all. I learned something new. We're listening to you on big Bluetooth speaker while making fajitas.
Wow.
Ooh. I'm drinking a beer for old time's sake, like at Banter. that is a long time ago. I don't have Patreon, but how else can I support you? Do you have Venmo or anything like that? Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, that's sweet.
I mean, you do have Venmo.
I do?
Yeah.
I didn't know I had art on puzzles.
Well, unless I don't know about that either.
Okay.
I'd have to look into it.
Cool. That's awesome. Well, man. Well, thank you guys. And hey, Mel, and I don't really know. Like, but that's so sweet of you to want to do that.
Yes, thanks, Mel. I mean, yeah, you've got Venmo and Patreon is actually just a website you go to as well. It's not like anything you have to you do like you sign up for.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just it's like one of those sites where a lot of artists use it, a lot of creators and stuff where video game designers and stuff too, or if you like, if they're writing an app or something. Pardon me, cough. But it's just like you go there and like you pay with PayPal or something like that. But actually, that does make me think though, because I'm wanting to do like some workshops and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And we're not sure how we want to do that. Like we set the Patreon up a long time ago with the idea that we want to do workshops and different things, and we have some patrons and we appreciate them so much. But I want to do a thing like where we can do some art workshops, and get like people together and do some like really fun, really cool things. And I thought Patreon might be a way to do that. but I'm not sure because I don't really want people to have to pay necessarily for their art workshops. But on the other hand, I almost think it's almost like if you I don't really like gamble or anything, but I like poker sometimes, and I've gone online and I've played some online poker. There's certain things that it'll read to me. Mm-hmm. Most of the apps don't work for me, but and it's fun. But it's big of a high roller I've ever been is like the nickel poker.
Wow.
Woo! I know that's pretty fancy, right? You get 20 of those, you got yourself $1. And but it's penny poker, nickel poker, that kind of thing. Usually free, but I have noticed on the free ones,
yeah,
people are crazy. They're just betting it doesn't matter. It's just air money. They don't care. They'll bet $1 million of air money.
Yeah.
You start charging 1 penny, you put a penny in a hand. You can play 100 hands for $1, and you lose every one of them, and you've only spent $1. People suddenly take it seriously.
Yeah.
And there you get their attention and their gameplay gets steady on.
Yeah.
So you don't need more than just a tiny bit, for people to actually say, oh, you know what, I've committed. I've actually said that I'm gonna pay $1 for this.
So how does that translate into you?
Well, I was thinking on the Patreon because we've tried this with some other things on Facebook and different things.
Yeah.
Then it made me think, well, on Patreon, if people signed up for $1 or whatever, mm-hmm. And then for the workshops, that you might know if you did the workshop that that you're going to have 10 people or 20 people or 30. Yeah. You're more likely to have it. And part of the reason for that is because if we do that, we might have to buy some software for it.
Yeah.
The Zoom, but but the professional level or something.
To it, yeah.
That way, if it doesn't kick everybody off, you can get more people on there and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that might be a way to do that and actually have some really great, sittings. We could do workshops with live models. We could do workshops where we do the studio where it's a sip and paint. We can do all kinds of fun things.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you do a workshop where you go somewhere, it costs, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Plus, if it's a sip and paint, really, it's not that much, but they're really pretty affordable. It's kind of nice. But, we could do it for very, very little,
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
Well, I should say Kathy Turner has joined us and says, love the horse. So, thanks, Kathy.
Oh, thank you, Kathy.
And Nancy wrote, what puzzle? Because her and Kathy both are pretty obsessed with puzzles. I'll have to look into that because I honestly don't know. I know we have a service that does different things for us, and we outsource it, and then they just cut us a check, which is nice.
There's also sometimes people steal stuff.
That is true.
And they make prints and they make things. And
I think that might be the case.
And they'll even put it on Amazon. They'll say John Bramblett, this or that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember that. and then it's somebody in Poland. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I don't live in Poland.
True.
Yes. Jackie, we didn't move, did we?
So that I have to look into it. So I'm not quite sure. We talked about doing that for a while. It's hard to get the high enough res image and the quality and all that fun stuff. So. Oh
man, well.
The person to produce it. Obviously, we have high res images of our stuff, but it's the producing of it that's can be questionable.
We have some artwork that some people
let's talk about that.
Made. And
are you going to preface it with an explanation?
Yeah, do you want to?
Sure. So last show, it was last show, right? No, 2 shows ago?
The show before last, because I meant to last show,
that's right.
But I wasn't feeling very good last show, and
that's right.
Everything got kind of weird.
So 2 shows ago, we did drawing hacks with your kids and fun things like that were just you use your hand and you can create things, and they were really fun, surprisingly fun. I thought it was going to be cheese, but it was fun and cheese. But some people did some drawings and sent them to us to share, and I think they're awesome. So John has them to share with us.
Yes, it's so cool. So let me see. Did I don't think it's doing it. Did it do it?
It's getting there.
This might be a second, guys. 1 sec.
Well, Kathy says the horse looks friendly and very interested in the viewer. So thank you. The reasoning for this, and just for anybody that's joining us a little bit late, John explained it earlier, but these are for TexRail, the mercantile stop on the train, and so they get fused into the glass, And so the idea is that they'll sit in the glass, and so when you're seated at the station and you're just sitting there, you can take a selfie with this like horse right behind you, so it looks like it's about to eat your hat.
Okay.
So.
Okay, it's in here. It's just not one of.
So that's the purpose of the horse being kind of over you and like it's gonna eat your hat. And then he was also working on a dandelion one where it looks like you can, if you get in the right position, it looks like you're blowing the dandelion. You're just gonna make me carry on about this.
Yeah, just keep on,
keep going,
keep it going.
So, and then the butterfly one,
what the heck, man?
the butterfly that you see in the painting is also because in one of the other paintings, there's butterflies that are flying all around. So when all 6 paintings are in the glass panels behind the seats at the stop, they'll all look kind of like one piece that each individually will look like it goes with the rest, as well as can be possibly Instagrammable depending on how you stand or sit in front of it. So to encourage everybody to, hashtag TexRail or Trinity Rail or anything that they're trying to promote. So.
Okay, I swear to my goodness.
You got the images?
No.
Maybe? No?
I mean, they're there. It's just, it's not letting me. Hold it. I think it did it. It just said something.
Oh, nice. Cool. It said something to me.
Oh, it was a. Oh,
okay, so this is brilliant. Who sent you this?
Oh, Kim.
Kim? Okay.
Pardon me.
I
got choked up.
So this obviously is a cat, very Garfield-esque. And I think it is adorable. But if you go back 2 shows ago and you look at how we did this, you just like hold your fist up to it and you outline it a certain way, and then you just do a couple of these little lines and bam, you've got a Garfield looking cat that kids absolutely love. This is a really good one. This is better than all of ours.
Yeah, look, Kim also sent another one.
Well, that's a good one too. Okay, so and she included a body on this one, So this one is where you put the fist up and you trace around it, and then you just kind of create the face with a couple of lines and hair. Which, watch the video because it's super easy and cute. And then she added a body on it with hearts, and that's really cute.
Oh, that's cool. Owen also sent one.
Oh, and he did.
This is a screenshot we took off Instagram.
Oh, okay. He did the octopus. So this was another great one. You do your hand like this, and then you flip it upside down. Finish off the top, and then create this sort of squid face. And kids love this stuff.
They do, and the great thing about Owen too is that he's a visually impaired painter as well.
Yeah, he does a lot of really cool stuff.
So that's.
So Anna joined us and says cute. My eyes are shining. What a beautiful picture! I believe it's horse. Sorry, beautiful horse.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's a silly horse.
Yes.
For sure. But we wanted something. It's going to go at a rail stop, so we wanted something that was like a little whimsical. Because I was going to draw a majestic sort of stallion and all this, and I thought, it's Fort Worth. There's lots of beautiful horses, lots of stallions, lots of rodeo horses, and you're at a stop. Maybe just something a little whimsical and funny, lighthearted a little bit. Yeah. But what I'm also going to do,
something to lighten the commute.
In another painting, I was working on it last week, and I can show it to you Thursday. It'll be done by then. But it's a girl blowing a giant dandelion. She's blowing on it, and the dandelion now is swirling all over the painting. So I was going to have those also swirl throughout the other paintings that are going to be in the series. I thought it'd be fun. So I'm going to put those in now, and I'm not going to put too many, but I just want like a few little dandelion things floating through the air. My concern is that it might be, people are like, what is that? But I think, I don't know. I'll try it. If it doesn't work, that's what, I was going to say that's what white paint was invented for.
I think, what might be the secret to it is doing them so fine and almost see-through. Almost like...
I don't have an invisible brush.
Well, when I was in photography, we one of the things you have to do in old school photography is to clean the dust and specks off of when you're oh my gosh, I'm dating myself. When you're in a dark room and there's dust, and anyway, you had to use this super fine brush that just leaves like the tiniest dot.
Oh boy.
And you match like the gray in the photo.
Yeah, if
you had a tiny thing and you just like, the thinnest line you could, that's what I would do for the dandelion seeds. So that, because they can get real distracting, I think.
Okay, well, I don't have that, but I can't pull out a brand new brush that's a size 0.
I may have some old there were like spotter brushes, like photography spotter brushes.
Well, this is size 0. I mean, doesn't that mean it's a 0? So doesn't that mean this brush doesn't even exist? Like, it's not even really there.
I have a smaller bruch.
Well, let me try this one.
Well, I should say, Anna says, I'm crazy for horses. Looks real.
Oh, thank you.
And Tanya Locke joined us, says, hello, John and Jackie. Totally love the silly horse. Always love joining you guys when I can. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thanks for the compliments on the horse. John's painting a silly horse.
Thank you very much. Okay, I don't know if does that come up on the camera at all?
If it does,
you know what? I'm gonna use some high flow white acrylics.
If it does, I can't see it yet.
Oh, okay. I'll point at it and see if you.
Oh wait! I think I can see it. I think I see it on the live.
I can pick it up here in a second.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use some acrylic paint that has a flow release put into it, which it's going to make it flow like water, but it's highly pigmented. And I'm going to say myself and I'm going to stick this paintbrush up my nose until I get it right. The combination of paint and high flow acrylic is going to make this painting pop.
Well, Kathy says, I remember seeing your autograph on the wall in the Mayborn darkroom, Jackie.
Oh.
Yikes.
What are you autographing the wall for?
Man, we were in college and I had worked at the newspaper. Gosh, this is so ridiculous. And in the newspaper dark rooms, we had dedicated dark rooms to just the photographers of the newspaper. I mean, that's how long ago I worked at the newspapers. We had dark rooms, okay? And we worked with film. It was ridiculous. And
it's like Jimmy Olsen sort of stuff, you know, like
so old.
That's awesome though. That's when you say back in the day.
In the day, and they were, you know, your individual kind of room, and so, but every semester or 2 semesters of photographers came and went because, you know, you're going through college, and so you'd sign the wall or you'd leave some stupid comments, or over the years it got a little ridiculous. There were lots of stuff, and I can remember because I worked there for a long time afterwards as like administrative. And I was like, oh my gosh, somebody's got to tear that wall down so I don't look ridiculous when people go tour the place. So, anyway.
It'd be cool if you still had that wall, if you just took that wall out and you had that section.
I do have the, like on the doors around, because it's a academic building, they had, you know, the doors are like a 111C or 111D or whatever, and before I left, I took the 111C symbol that was on my darkroom door.
That's cool.
At that point, so it's actually on my studio door at the house. It's broken in half.
That's pretty cool.
Because it's old, but
that is cool.
Good times.
Awesome. Okay. You know what? I'm going to let this dry for a bit. Okay, so I have 7 little pieces of fluff here. Actually, yes. I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to...
Brian says John is a silly horse.
Hey, Brian. You would know. Horse of a different color. So can you see the little specks?
Yeah, I can see them.
Cool. So I'm going to put some little color in them later, but while that's drying, I'll work on this one.
Oh, cool. So now John is unveiling the elephant painting. So,
quite everyone, there's an elephant in their room.
Kathy said, I wondered what happened to that sign, to the door symbol. That's what happened.
Everybody's getting lost. They're like, where are we?
There's a 111C. They didn't, you know, they don't see A or D.
Yeah. So this afternoon, I painted in this little butterfly that's right here.
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
I'm going to put in the color. Oh, thank you. And the idea with this one, this painting is also it's going to be at a rail station, and it's going to be 5 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and it's Instagrammable because you can stand on the side of this. I can hold on to it, almost like you're
you're almost in the position.
Am I?
Yeah.
Which way do I have to go?
Lean a little bit forward. Yeah, like right there. If you were to grab the flower stem and pull on your little camera from the big camera. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Anyway, Instagrammable.
Just like that, guys. Ooh, first time it's been Instagrammable.
Well, Barbara said those look point on, John. Your seeds look good.
Oh, thank you. See?
Yes.
Barbara gets it.
Barbara gets it.
Thank you, Barbara.
Nancy laughed. Stealing university property. Nice. I did my time. We did our time. Right there. She knows what I'm talking about. Kathy knows what I'm talking about, too. Kathy said, adorable elephant makes you feel so happy. Well, that was the goal, because it's going on the train rail, so it's to lighten the commute was how we sold the pitch to Texrail.
yeah, exactly. And the elephant, I'm not quite done with it. And you were saying earlier this afternoon that you thought, which I'm not done with the elephant yet. I'm going to get back over it and all. But you were saying that you thought either the lines need to be darkened or the color need to be brightened or something over it or something.
I think it just needs a bit more whimsy and
whimsy.
Yeah, in the coloring of it.
I don't know where I put my whimsy in here. I don't know. I'm sure I got a bottle of it around here somewhere.
Take the lid off your whimsy. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whimsical and baby elephants. I mean, who doesn't love that?
Well,
you're possibly about to start a painting of a baby white rhino, I think.
Oh. Sweet.
You're like, am I?
I am. That sounds like something I would do. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I painted a rhino once, a black rhino.
Yes.
And I'm so horrible. I didn't realize that they were. I mean, I knew that they were endangered, but I didn't know they'd gone extinct. And
it was like the last one had died like right when you painted it or right before. It was terrible.
Oh no! So it was. Yeah, I was just like, gosh. So I wanted to do something and because of that. But
yeah, that painting is called Symphony in Black. If you're ever looking for it.
It was I like that painting.
It is a really good painting. It's vibrant yet majestic. I like that one too.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
So Kathy said more than our time. Speaking of the university, yes, and she's still there doing it. She's still serving her time.
My goodness. You don't get any time off for good behavior? Like they don't like we're going to let you retire at so and so, but
Oh man, yeah. It's a sweet gig though, I mean, all the benefits and working for when you have a good team too, that's what makes the difference. But
I was going to say you met some really nice people.
My lifelong friends.
Yeah,
lifelong friends.
So I mean,
and I will say, working at the university was great because you're constantly surrounded by young, students that are bright-eyed and the world's right in front of them and they're going to take it over, and that's an awesome feeling. That's what
you love to squash that in people.
Well, that's when I had to leave. That when you're so jaded that you want to do nothing but negate that sort of bright-eyed is when you got to leave. Oh, and that was where I was, so I had to leave. Oh. But
you were awesome. You're
Thanks,
still.
John.
I think. I mean, I didn't work with you. I don't know. Maybe I work with you now. So.
Yeah. Well, I haven't jaded you yet.
Yeah, you haven't started stealing anything from the house, so I guess you haven't decided to quit this job and move on. when I notice the numbers disappear off the front of the house, I know.
Uh-oh.
She starts trying to take memorabilia.
Oh, that's pretty funny. She's out.
Hey, honey, the pizza guy can't find our house for some reason. He keeps going to neighbors and the other neighbors back and forth.
That's hilarious. So Colleen Wooten has joined us. Hey, Colleen, it has been years since I have talked to you. Elephants and Sunflowers, my absolute fave. So impressed with both of you. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. And
thank you so much. That's so sweet. And
Colleen is the mother of my high school boyfriend.
Oh, really?
Yes, Paul.
Oh, how cool.
Yes. Who he is just had a baby. Well, probably few months ago.
Oh, I heard about that.
Just had a baby. Adorable, awesome.
I think Marilyn told us, didn't she? Or
well, I've seen on the Facebooks, but she might have mentioned it because she follows him as well. And Nancy said, BFF you are. So Nancy's, for anybody out there, best friend forever through the university. I mean, she lives 1,000+ miles away. We talk almost every other day, and usually when we're running. So we still like run and talk on the phone. It's awesome.
And that's one of the Nancy and her husband Bill. They're both such cool people. And one of the things I think is really interesting about you guys is how you run together. Like how you do that. Like you both get on the phone. Mm-hmm. You know, and you both seem to be on the same mindset quite a bit. You know, like there's some days where you're like, oh my gosh, I just don't know. It's rainy out, and then Nancy will go like, and she's feeling it. It's like you guys are synced up in the runner's world. Or something.
Well, it's hard not to be synced when every run you don't really want to do. The only time we're like eager to do it is when a lot of times pass, and it's like, oh my gosh, we gotta get out. So,
that's so cool.
I know, like, this whole week here in North Texas is supposed to rain, and they had snow. She sent me pictures this morning. They had snow yesterday. Snow? Wow. I mean, I don't know how the weather works up there in Colorado, but it's May. Isn't that late?
Wow.
I don't know. So,
I don't know. We've got tons of rain. I guess it's just.
I know, it sucks. Boy, and right now, because I don't feel comfortable going to the gym, I'm not going to go inside to run. So, I don't know. Well, we may have to just make ourselves a drink and talk over drinks instead of running. Unfortunately, that would be a shame.
You know, this stay-at-homeness.
Shelter in place.
The shelter in place.
Every time.
I don't know. It's not going in. It's a terrible thing, but it has helped with my excuses about the gym, though, and stuff. They're like, man, I'd be hitting that gym hard, but, I got to protect everybody around me, make sure, keep everybody safe. He's staying at home.
That's true.
And eating some cookies.
Well, let's see, your birthday was Saturday.
Oh, yeah, and I had it was so sweet. It's been so long since I've blown out a candle.
Oh, God.
That I forgot the procedure.
No, he didn't wait for us to finish singing. He just blew it out and was like, wait, was I supposed to wait? Then you buried your face in the dessert.
Yeah. What are you guys looking at? I'm on a diet. You don't put a cupcake in front of me. I always wait for it to disappear.
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
I was like, I blew it out. I don't think I did that right.
I know. I was like, thank goodness I caught it on my phone really fast. So I was like, oh, okay. Hope your wish comes true. Yeah. Did you even bother to wish for something?
I did. It was like, it was just a quick wish. Like, I wish really best for Jackie Jack. I wish the best for my family out there. Really.
See, and I thought you were just wishing for us to stop singing.
Maybe that's what Simon Cowell does. It is. If he doesn't like the songs, his birthday, he just blows it out quick.
Yikes.
So
let's see, and then we finished up that evening with playing. We finished our Mansions of Madness game, which we all died, and it was tragic. It was terrible. It was just tragic.
That's a fun game, guys. Like I don't know, like my idea, and our friend Brian has told us about board games. It's like he's a big board game aficionado. I didn't realize how much board games had grown, though, and I mean it's just incredible. I mean, like I was used to like Monopoly and Risk and things like that, but the board games now though will tell an entire story. And Brian actually bought this game for us and had it sent to us, which is so sweet. I can't wait to play it with him. So that's
we're actually gonna like know how to play a game and show him, which is never the case.
He'll pick it up like in a second.
He probably already knows. He probably watched the dudes play it and he already knows how to play.
Yeah, he's like
whatever.
Well, if you go over here, there's a secret little thing. Yeah, so that's what I mean. But we need all the help we can get because so like the last game, it's a fun game because like it's even not. It's really not even about winning. It's more about like you're telling a story. So it's almost like a haunted house, or a movie. Where all these things are happening and it's crazy, creepy sort of things. And every time it can be different. So every time you play the game, the board can be different. Everything is different and. You can play it over, and there's like 22 scenarios or something, and each scenario can be different each time. It's ridiculous, But yeah, the last time I think my leg was broken. I was claustrophobic. Ended up, and you had gone insane.
I had gone insane.
Then you went so insane that it killed you.
Yeah.
And
Jeez.
and I was this little lady. It was my character. I wanted to be her, and she because she was a paranormal investigator.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be I was Egon basically, but like maybe Egon's grandmother.
Right.
Or mother.
You didn't have any sort of strength.
No, I had no strength.
No strength.
I had nothing, but man, I had some intellect.
Yeah,
I just wanted to play a strong woman in it, you know.
See, and I was an athlete, so it was
kind of different.
I could run quickly away from the monsters, but that left you with no strength.
Yeah. Everybody would run away from the monsters, and I'm like, "Hey, come on, guys, we can get guys." Guys. And they're off in the library or in the study somewhere. I don't know. It's a fun game, but it's a hard game, like to learn, like because it's a little bit different.
It is pretty complex.
But once you get it, though, it's kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but along the way, there's still a lot of things where you're like, do we do that? Are we sure? Is the monster supposed to be 2 steps away? So there are a lot of like, you watched the guys play it. I didn't.
Yeah.
Watch, so I just kind of relied on John, but it is fun. It's like imagine like if anybody out there has played D&D, but this is sort of like. You've got it on your iPad with the sounds, and they're telling the story through the iPad, and you walk through an actual, like, house that is displayed on your table. It's a really cool game. Well, I first saw this game when I was in Colorado visiting Nancy, and I'm always, like, on the hunt for games that John can play, because of the sight thing, and so... this one, the woman was like, "Oh, this might be cool because it's on the iPad and they read it to you and all this sort of stuff." And so I had mentioned it to Brian, and Brian was like, "Oh yeah, I've been thinking about getting that game." And then in quarantine, he sent it to us because he saw I was brailing games and losing my mind.
Yeah. I'm wanting to do a thing like where maybe we play the game on a stream and show how we braille it and all that.
Yeah.
Is Eagle down there?
No, she's in her other spot. You can
see
her
on
body.
the cam?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I moved the Eagle cam because she has a habit of instead of laying on her bed, she lays on her front porch. So, so I thought maybe I could get her.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, let me say really fast. Mel said, "Oh my gosh, John, I suck. Sorry I missed your birthday. Happy late birthday."
Oh, thank you, Mel. No, that's so sweet.
He tries to get under the radar with this birthday thing.
Yeah,
he barely wants people to recognize it.
It doesn't count. And if you blow out your candles before they sing happy birthday, it doesn't count.
Ridiculous.
21 again, I swear. It's so hard.
I know. I mean, you can only do so many free shots at the bar.
I know. Yeah, gosh. More Jaeger, yay. Yay.
Yay. Tanya says, "Happy belated birthday, John, the amazing artiste."
Oh, you're so sweet.
So.
Well, thank you.
And Barbara said, "Me and my friend... used to play tennis. We would hit a bucket of balls over the fence, and then when they were gone, we'd spend the rest of the 2 hours drinking margaritas." That sounds brilliant.
That's the way you do it. That's the way it's done.
And then margaritas. I know usually when Nancy's in town, I'm trying to convince her to go to the bar instead of the run in the morning, but she always wins.
Hey, I have a quick question for everybody.
Of the time. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
No, go on.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I put in five little fluffs in here.
Yes.
Does everybody think? Do you think that that's enough, or do you think I should put some more?
I think it's enough. I personally think it's enough, and I think they actually could be thinner.
Which way you're going to go with this? Is it going to be a positive? Going to be a negative?
Well, it's going to be like, I think that they could almost be thinner, or I honestly, I'm looking at it on a screen, so I may not be seeing it as well as like if I came over to your canvas, but I wouldn't do any more because they may. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put any more.
Is this up where it needs to be?
Yeah. I mean, you can see them better.
Is it?
No.
Those the other one. Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys.
We've got all the cameras.
Woozy. Everybody's gonna fall down. Let me just move the camera around the room for a while, guys, and see if. That's always fun, right?
Nancy said just right.
Ooh, see, so, Nancy.
Don't add any more. I agree. Don't add any more.
Your friend is a genius. She chose wisely.
She is. Nancy says, "I want to play." Speaking of the game that we were just talking about.
Oh, that would be cool. Oh, I was thinking too. Like, it'd be fun. There's a what's it? It's a game. It's a game you can play online. It's like Jackbox games or something like that.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the other day. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah. I thought that'd be fun to do on Zoom or do like on a a thing. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of people signed up and
that's
or
what
not
we
signed
should
up.
do.
Just get people kind of together and.
That's what we should do, Nance. We should get us on some Zoom and play a game or just have a drink or something. That sounds well. We should do that with multiple people, but
yeah, and there's lots of friends that we could do that with, and there's like a core group that gets on here and we all chat. Like we could all get on
the fantasy football people.
Yeah, and like on the nights and stuff. Like it seems like there's a core group of us that get on here and chat. Yeah. And we could all. I mean, since we all obviously have access to computers. We could play, like, and the games are fun, so maybe we could do that sometime. If anybody wants to.
There we go. Hey.
We can put it out there, and if anybody shows up, then that's great, and if it's just us, then,
maybe we'll do that. That sounds fun. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do some sort of, like, a Facebook event where it's, like, games, and then people can be like, yeah, I'm going to go, and then we tell them the Zoom password and everything.
Yeah. We used to, before COVID, before we got lame and all and stuff, like we were working so much that we used to have like little parties and have people over, and that was so much fun. And I thought, man, it'd be so cool to do like an art night or something, or But it'd be fun to do like the Zoom night or something.
Yeah,
just have a hang, play some games and stuff. That'd be cool.
Well, Mel said so it's not quite D&D, but we love playing on RS games or Quentin Ken's Playroom. Favorite games are 1,000 Miles, Uno, Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity, RS Games, and Scopa, the Little Exam Playroom. Both totally screen reader accessible.
Oh,
Just got through playing a few rounds with my partner, sister, and grandparents. Oh, well, I'll have to look those up.
That's awesome.
We're always on the hunt for adaptable games, that's for sure.
Man, yeah, that'd be cool.
Brian says, yeah, I've played a bunch of that lately. I think he's talking about your
Jackbox games?
Yeah.
There's some drawing games they have on there too. It should be kind of fun. Like I don't think I would be able to do it, but I could definitely help make fun of people from what I hear described.
Draw more better.
Yeah, draw more better.
Well, Nancy says, or you guys could come to Colorado or just online. John needs to do a show from Colorado. I agree.
I do. I want to. Yeah, I do. There was a guy we were supposed to. All this COVID stuff happened, but there was a documentary thing. The guy that was
Longmont or Longmont
somewhere, but we were going to go out there, and they were going to come out here, and then all this stuff happened.
Yeah,
because they'd already been out here once or twice.
Yeah, that's the long. They live.
I don't know.
Fort Collins.
That's
yes, where they live.
How close is that to?
I think that's like a couple hours north, because they're an hour north of Denver. Like it's a couple hours north of Colorado Springs, I think.
It'd be super easy if we were already there, though. Well, if we drove
yeah,
there,
man, I would, yeah. I mean, it would.
I don't know if
we'd make a party out of it for sure.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Anyway, when all this stuff chills out, because I try to make it out to Nancy's like twice a year at least, and so just the other day we were running and it was like getting the itch. We were like, how can we make this work? So quick, get in the car and just drive, man. So
that's awesome.
Well, Margie Rodriguez has joined us. Says hi, guys.
Well, hello.
And Barbara said I would just come for the wine and cheese.
Oh, yeah. See?
It would turn into one of those things. That's what would happen. We'd be like, let's play a game, guys. And then we'd be like 3 glasses in. Like, what were we going to do?
Yeah, what are we doing? And the art nights are kind of fun, too. I wonder if you could do art night on Zoom.
Surely.
Yeah, I mean, we want to do, like, the workshops and stuff. So, yeah, I guess you definitely could. But wine tastings would be a little harder.
Yes.
Because everybody would have to.
Well, the wine tastings we could do in person.
Yeah.
I think we're getting to a point where we if everybody is safe and practices their social distancing, nobody can hug for a while. I don't know.
I wonder how that would work.
Still weird.
On our hot tub, it's got a UV filter and lights and all that.
So everybody's got to get in the hot tub.
Yeah, it's funny because like there's the old jokes and stuff about hot tubs being like terrible things. The modern ones have like the UV filters, the UV lights, we
could pour enough Purell in that thing.
Oh well, it's just like the stuff it has in there. Nothing. It just keeps it so clean. Like it's got a little computer that just keeps it so clean.
So we're gonna have we have a party at the house.
Yeah, but everybody has to take a dip through the hot tub
and then come back.
You can come into the house to be sanitized.
They have to go through the backyard.
Exactly.
Get in the hot tub and then get out. Full hair and everything in the hot tub. I'm sure that'll go over well. I'm sure we'll have a ton of people.
I don't see any backlash on that.
Meanwhile, you're floating in there like, "What's up, guys?" The whole time. Well, Nancy said,
water wings.
Yeah. Nancy said 2 hours from us. Fort Collins is 2 hours.
Oh.
And Mel said, "Sorry, Brailleau. It's Quentin C's game room. Let me know if you have questions." I will. Thank you. I'll look that up. And then my mom joined, says, "Hello. Hope you had a great birthday."
Oh, thank you so much, and I appreciate that. And I saw you posted on Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook. I saw your happy birthday post, and then I was going, I need to go back and thank everybody, and I haven't been back on there. So I apologize for that, but thank you so much.
Birthday boy.
I know I've been horrible about social medias.
Well, it's hard sometimes. And Barbara said, "My daughter said the next mask she sends me will have a straw hole in it."
Oh, nice.
I think that's brilliant. I like it.
Oh, Barbara's been posting some really cool photos and stuff of
Yeah, it seems like the
Revelers
Revelers Hall is, people are starting to like come back together a little bit, and they
Man.
built out on their patio, so there's more space for people to hang out with space
cool.
between
Really?
them. Yeah.
That's
so it's
cool.
really cool.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
So what other colors are you going to throw into these butterflies?
Oh, well.
If you're doing that at all.
Okay, well, I did hear me. Can you see? I don't know how well the color comes across.
Yeah, it's kind of orangey.
Yeah, so it has some fluorescent pink, fluorescent orange, light lemon yellow, and a little bit of golden yellow thrown in there.
Nice.
So what I'll do later, after all that dries, is I'll go back over and I'll add in some black lines as well. So there's already a little bit in there, and I won't cover it all up, but I'll go in so it'll give some of it a little bit more depth and some of it. And then I'm also going to go in with some fluorescent pink and give it more veins. But
nice.
Instead of it being just the dark veins, it'll have some that are they're still transparent, but they're more opaque than what it's going over.
Yeah.
So just give it a little bit more of a webbing kind of look. That's the idea.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah. Well, Darren, I think we've been on here about an hour.
You are correct. I am sure you are due for a potty break. Let's be honest. And I'm due for another glass of wine. This is ridiculous right here.
Well,
I mean, this thing's been empty for at least 15 minutes. That's absurd.
You're
so,
well, guys, I want to thank y'all so much for spending this Memorial Day with us.
Yeah. I hope everybody was able to visit with family a little bit and have fun and stay out of the rain if you're in North Texas.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Or the snow, apparently. If you're in Colorado.
It's nuts. Well, it's supposed to be like 80 there later this week, which is it's wacky. Colorado's wacky. But beautiful, but wacky.
Yeah. It'd be a great place to be, though.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I would,
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that, and I'm going to be posting some wacky stuff on my Instagram, I think.
Yeah. Be sure and follow John on Instagram. He's doing some wacky coffee with the dog thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I have one that I'm going to do that I'm really excited about. And I don't want to talk about on the live, but it's murder and art. But I want to talk about Caravaggio and
murder most foul.
Yes, and also want to talk about madness in art and drunkenness in art and all that.
Oh, well, you'll have plenty to talk about then.
Yeah, so but they're just like short little things. So like I just want to talk about some little things that are just kind of fun. You know, while I drink my morning coffee, probably try to wake up. And you know what? And of course I'm gonna have it with the dog.
Yes. So
and this is probably how she'll be. I think people would be shocked if they ever saw Eagle move. They're probably like, hey, this
you took her for a walk yesterday, and she was like ridiculously excited.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, she was ridiculous. But I'm betting people think we just have a stuffed dog. We move around every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, Barbara said this is interesting. She said they talked to Dallas City Council and the Revelers Hall talked to the Dallas City Council into allowing these parklets, quote unquote. They take up one parking space, and the permit is currently good for 2 months. So it's like people can go out there and sit in these benches that they've built out into like the 2 parking spots.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's a brilliant.
The Bishop Arts area.
Yeah.
They have it's like a little table or booth that's like the size of a car that you can get into.
Yeah, that's cool.
Isn't that neat?
That's really neat.
Yeah.
And they look nice. And hey, more seating. You can't beat that.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So, anyway, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll be here Thursday. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but
I don't either. Maybe murder and art.
Murder.
Murder most foul. But I don't know either, guys. But I do know this. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for tuning in and spending your holiday with us.
Yeah,
Appreciate
and hang in. It means a lot.
Yep.
Bye.